welcome to the Icehouse Podcast. My name's Priya and I'm the Junior Marketing Specialist at the Icehouse, and it's my pleasure to be your host for today's episode. Today I'm joined by Urban Solutions Operations Manager Aaron. Urban Solutions is an Auckland-based engineering project management consultancy, and I'm super excited to have this chat with Aaron and learn more about Urban Solutions and the team's experience in the Icehouse's co-working space. So welcome to the podcast, Aaron.
Thanks, Priya. Nice to be here.
So we like to kick things off with some quick fire questions, and so the first question I'd like to start with is, what is your coffee order?
Probably have to be what you've just made me, finally.
We do hang out at the coffee machine pretty often, yeah.
Yeah, so oat flat white, yeah.
Oat flat white, yeah, that is what I made, with some pretty good coffee art.
Yeah, nice coffee art. Come a long way.
Trying to be a heart.
Yes, yep. I think you nailed it.
Yep. Cool. The next question is, what was your favourite subject in school and why?
The easy option is PE, but I think I'd go with graphics. And I suppose you have a natural gravitation towards things that you're good at, and I found graphics came quite easy to me, probably because of my parents, my mother's background in architecture. So yeah, I was really interested in design and creativity. So
is that like in high school?
Yeah, high school.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
I actually like PE, but I don't think I never did anything like graphics or anything.
Oh,
cool though.
Art?
I maybe in like intermediate, but like nothing really technical.
Yeah. So no, I enjoyed graphics. Yeah.
Nice. If you could pick up a new skill in an instant, what would it be?
Ooh, I think something musical.
Yeah.
Either singing or some sort of instrument, because I feel like it's got such good reach and you connect with so many people.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to play an instrument. That's quite cool.
Mm.
What's one country you would love to visit and why?
Japan.
Nice.
It's never been on the radar, or never had an opportunity to go there, and I think it would just be an incredible place to visit, a bit different to where I've been before, and I've had a few friends that have been there and really enjoyed it, so that would be a good option for me to explore.
Cool. Have you been anywhere in Asia?
I've been to China before.
Yeah. Cool.
And that was pretty incredible.
Cool. When was that?
2014 maybe.
Cool. So a while ago. Yeah. Oh,
quite
nice.
a long time ago.
And what is your favourite self-care activity?
Probably anything outdoors or on the water. Out on the water's so good because you just, leave everything on the land behind you and you're just on the water with the wind in the sails.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good, but bike riding as well.
Yeah.
So kind of anything outdoors really.
Yeah, and you'll be able to get more of that with the weather being nicer right now.
Yeah, looking forward to summer.
Oh, cool. Cool. So we can move on to our next set of questions now. So tell me about yourself. Tell me about Aaron. What are your interests and passions?
So born and raised in Wellington, moved up to Auckland for sport.
Mm-hmm.
So keen yachty, been sailing virtually my whole life. So always been out and about on the water and things. Family guy, I've got 2 younger sisters and mum and dad who both still live in Wellington. And yeah, I suppose I'm quite social, enjoys chatting to people, meeting new people.
Yep.
I enjoy obviously yachting, competition.
Yeah.
Try new things as well.
Oh, cool.
Like a podcast.
Yes, thank you again for joining me on this. So tell me what you do at Urban Solutions.
So I'm operations manager.
Yeah.
And basically I help keep the business rolling, make sure the team has everything they need to get the jobs done. I assist with some of the project job administration, assist with some proposal writing and things, and then a lot of the other administrative tasks like invoicing and checks and balances and things. But then I wear many hats, I suppose, as the operations manager. So then I've also got the full HR and recruitment and health and safety hats as well to wear. And then I do a monthly reporting operations status report, I suppose. So that looks across all our projects and the full company portfolio, and checks where our fees are and what projects are doing well, and so pretty broad role, which is enjoyable for me because it's very varied and it draws on a lot of different skills. So
and because your team isn't like the Urban Solutions team isn't like very big, so you do have to wear a lot of hats.
You do, even the project managers wear a lot of hats and they get a lot of exposure to the full project life cycle and things, so it's really enjoyable.
Cool, that's awesome. What has been a big win from your career journey so far?
I've had quite a varied background as well. So I've got a background in science and engineering, and then I managed to one of my big wins, I suppose, was working for Sir Russell Coates as the general manager of his sailing foundation. And what that meant was that coming out of that after sort of 3 years with him and building that incredible program up, that gave me good management and business management experience. And then so I was able to like dovetail that with my engineering science background and past engineering roles to enable me to take on this role. So I think that's probably a big win, taking that first step with Sir Russell, and then it's enabled me to get to where I am now here at Urban Solutions. So
Wow, that's awesome. So following on from that, what's a goal you have from here?
Sort of in the mid-term, I suppose, mid to shorter term, I'd love to work my way up to a chief operating officer.
Awesome.
And take on that high level of responsibility and oversight of the business. So that would be really exciting for me. And then at some point down the track, I've always had a goal to own my own business as well. So wherever that fits in or ends up,
cool.
I'll be interested to see.
Yeah, that's a really exciting goal to work towards. How did you start working with the Icehouse co-working space?
Yes, I think Urban Solutions would have been here possibly a year before I arrived on the scene. I've only been here just over a year, and so they moved offices out of sort of the very beginning stages of COVID, and moved in here, and then I joined Urban Solutions just over a year ago now, and they were based here, and so I moved in at that point, and it's been awesome.
Nice. What do you love most about the space? What are some of your favourite elements?
I'd have to say, location's awesome, so I can't knock that at all. It's so accessible, which is crucial for us as a business. But in terms of myself, the people probably, like the variation and people that you meet, the wide range of things everyone is getting involved with, and the different companies out there. Like, it's pretty crazy to be standing at the coffee machine and hearing some new tech company that's just started up and what they're doing. So I think the inspiration that you can draw from meeting those people, and it keeps the whole space, and then our office in particular as well, like buzzing with the creative juices are flowing, and there's a good vibe. So I so agree with that, because when I did my podcast recording with Priya, was a few months ago, whatever it was, and she asked me what I loved about the Icehouse, I said the people, and like you said, it's so inspiring. Like at the coffee machine, when you hear someone's amazing story, you're like, wait, what? That's crazy. Like, we're working in the same office. It's amazing. I love the people here as well. That's awesome. Yeah, huge part of it.
What are your thoughts on co-working spaces in general?
I haven't had too much experience with co-working spaces before this, but I think they're great. I know people that have used them for a while, and now having the opportunity to have moved into a co-working space as well, I only got good things to say about it, really.
Nice.
I think it's definitely a huge part of the future of working environments, and especially with the SME, smaller medium enterprises, and startups, it's kind of a no-brainer, because less cost outlay and rents and things for a smaller business, and then you like we said before, you're rubbing shoulders with a whole bunch of other cool companies doing incredible things.
Yeah, such a good way to build a network as well.
Yeah, totally.
What does community look like for you within the co-working space?
I think the fact that our co-workers and neighbours in the space are friends. I think that's an awesome thing that the Icehouse co-working spaces has been able to achieve. So there's so many experts in their fields in this building, and by having a close, tight-knit community and friendship with the people around you, it means you can really depend on other for advice and support, and get the most out of everybody.
Cool, that's so cool. How does Urban Solutions use the space? What are the benefits for your team and your business that you work for? Yeah,
so I mentioned before the location is really good for us because the Icehouse in Parnell is right next to the motorway on-ramp at the port. So, within a few minutes you're on the motorway heading, any direction, because we've got sites all around Auckland and a little bit further afield. So location's key, and we've got a very flexible work environment because obviously staff are out on sites often, coming and going, and that sort of fluid nature, it's not really disruptive in this co-working space. It's large enough and it doesn't feel like too transient. I think people are all busy and we come and go as we please, and it works really well for us. We've got a little office space with some of the team, and then we've branched further out into the main area as well.
Yes, that's right.
Close neighbouring you guys.
I share a little pod area with some of your team, Ross and Lorenzo. So that's quite cool, and you guys kind of have your own little studio space, so that's cool because when you want to have meetings you can kind of also close that off for some privacy as well. Yeah,
totally. We often do that actually. And then obviously all these meeting rooms as well, so easily able to be booked. And just literally next door, and then you've got the silent phone booth as well. So all the modern niceties that you would want and need for a business. Not to mention all the flash kitchen and the coffee machine.
The coffee machine. We always
come back
to the coffee machine.
We started with coffee order. We'll probably finish with the coffee machine.
Cool. Is there anything that you wish the space had?
Is this a wish list? So we're going rooftop terrace?
Well, we'll see. We'll have to speak to Natasha about that.
The space pretty much has it all, really. We're expanding though, so we need to probably look at expanding further out into your space maybe. No, I'm a keen rider, cyclist, so I know there's been some renovation work just recently been done, so it's nice to see a lot of that all finished off, but probably just the bike stuff.
Do you need a bike rack?
A bike rack.
Is that what you're saying?
Maybe a bike rack. We've got the bike racks downstairs.
Okay, we'll have to note it down. On Aaron's wish list. Who is one interesting person you've met from the space, and why were they interesting?
I've actually met so many, and I could probably list off like 15 or so names of interesting people, but I was thinking about this and I thought, I probably can't go past Lauren Jin.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people would say her.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Yeah, she's incredible, and it's been awesome to get to know her when she's around in the space as well. And so she's part of the Icehouse Ventures group.
Yeah, that's right.
And she's just inspiring and doing it all. Come back from the States after having a little business over there, and she's a DJ and she works here at the Icehouse Ventures.
What doesn't she do?
I know, every time you run into her, she's got some sort of story. So she's a pretty interesting person, I'd say.
I agree. That's awesome. Lauren is definitely awesome. You've already kind of touched on this, but what are your thoughts on the future of working?
I think flexibility is huge, and businesses have recognised that, and especially, it was probably already moving in this direction, but the whole COVID saga has really probably highlighted that people are so flat out, and you don't want to be coming into work burned out or anything. So flexibility is huge. To have a business or a co-working space or arrangement that you can come and go within reason, obviously, but to have flexibility is quite a large part of why I love Urban Solutions. And it means that when you're on the clock here in the office, you're getting work done, and you're pushing hard to get things achieved, because you know that you might be off a little bit early on the Friday or something. So the flexibility is quite a large win for me, and I think that's we're only probably heading still on that journey of reaching the right balance or point with flexibility and work-life balance and things. And then having the other neighbours around us in the space, like Frank and things, trialling new ways of working. So it's always evolving, I think. But you want to get the most out of your team. So if there's a nice balance that you can reach, and being a smaller company as well, we're able to cater to the individual a bit better. A lot of the larger corporate businesses aren't able to do that. So that's another neat thing about working with Urban Solutions. We've got the ability to sort of tailor make a solution and work-life balance that works well for the individual. So I think that's probably still more to go in that space, but we're in a good place.
It's all about like doing it, and then that's how you learn, right? Like you never get it right the first time. You just have to figure it out as you go. Cool. And a final question to round us off, but tell us about what excites you about the future of Urban Solutions.
Aside from the really interesting projects that we've got coming up and on currently in the marina space and land developments and a lot of the work for council as well, and public open spaces and civil infrastructure. So aside from all that awesome stuff we're doing, I'm really excited to meet and hire a couple of new senior level civil project engineers. So that's pretty exciting because the team's growing. So that's promising in itself, and really excited to see where that goes. And just enjoy the team. So I haven't been here too long, but I'm just excited to keep getting to know and collaborate with the team, and tick off some cool projects.
Cool, that's awesome. Well, it's been a pleasure chatting to you, and hearing about how you yourself and Urban Solutions use the space, and just about what you guys do. So thank you for joining me.
Thank you very much for having me.